How you doing? Marsha the Great here, and I am here with a great friend of mine and a fellow targeted individual, Pauline Cheung. Pauline Cheung has a book out right now called The Orient Express, Fast and Flavorful Recipes from the East. You can see that here. Where is it available? Tell them where it's available, Pauline.
Amazon or on my website, or on Amazon or on my website, which is www.paulinechef.store, STORE. You can buy it from either place, okay, online, okay. And it's affordable for any budget. I did it on Social Security, okay, and I've got a book published on Social Security.
Okay.
So it doesn't define you being on benefits.
And it doesn't define you being a targeted individual
It doesn't
either.
define you being a targeted individual either.
But we are here to get justice, aren't we?
We are here to get justice, yeah.
Okay, and that's why we want to tell your story. So, Pauline, you're also a targeted individual, right?
I am.
So can you tell us when you were aware of the gang stalking? When did you first become aware of it?
2002. As soon as I moved into my Walthamstow, London marital home.
Okay, so what were the first signs of you being gang stalked at the time?
A couple of people were following us into a library. Me, my husband, and my children. Okay, and then next before I knew it, my handbag got stolen.
Is there like a habit of gang stalkers stealing from you?
Yeah, they do. They've stolen cameras, they've stolen smartphones, all kinds of things out of me. Even laptops.
What's the most recent theft that they've actually performed, though?
The most recent would be my cameras.
Oof. Okay. Yeah. When was that?
2022.
Okay. So basically, we're talking about financial abuse here. Is what Pauline's gone through with regards to this.
I'm still going through it.
You've also been through fraud, haven't you, as a result of gang stalking?
I got credit score fraud going on.
Right.
Which stops me getting credit anywhere.
Right.
So that's a setup.
Yeah. So your targeting is quite bad.
And also I get bank frauds for the past 20 and a half years.
But what about psychiatry's role in it, though? Because when it comes to psychiatry, first of all, you've been having problems getting them to sign off on documents that you need in order to be...
Yes.
In order to have a home.
They won't give me action, nothing. They say I'm mentally ill. They've never given me therapy or counselling in 20 and a half years.
What have they done to actually block you from receiving finances before? They've basically prolonged the delays in you receiving benefits, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So they basically delayed you from getting universal credit.
Yeah.
Simply because they wanted to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah. Wanted to traumatise me.
Yeah. That's what they do. So psychiatry is also involved in this. Now, on top of the financial abuse that gang stalking has inflicted on you, can you actually tell us a little bit more about the psychiatric abuse and trafficking that you've been subjected to as well?
For the past 20 and a half years, they've given me therapy, counselling, no medicine reviews, and only 2 physical medical tests, and nothing I'm legally entitled to anymore, or anything. No action whatsoever, no support. Only locking me up and drugging me against my will.
So what legal requirements should mental health be performing that they are not performing right now?
They should be giving me my mental health records, my driving license back when they say I'm very stable, and also I'm seeing the psychiatrist every 6 months, not every 3 to 4 months anymore.
Right.
And they're telling DVLA that I am unstable when they see me every 6 months, okay? Yeah? And when they tell me, my advocate and my partner, to my face, okay, to our faces, that I'm very stable. And they lie to DVLA and everyone else that's official.
Oh, wow. So basically they admit the truth of what's going on to your face, presumably because you wouldn't have it recorded.
Nope. I have recorded one.
Yeah, you've recorded one, but like they're assuming that you won't record it, so they will freely tell you and your partner that there's nothing wrong with you.
I'm an advocate.
Yeah, and yet when it comes to, and your advocate, yes.
Yeah.
And yet when it comes to official documents, they literally block you by saying you're unstable.
Yeah. Lies.
Oh, okay. So that's the financial abuse. That's quite typical of a lot of TIs. A lot of us find ourselves blocked from job opportunities. In Pauline's case, sometimes it can make getting benefits more difficult for us. Housing as well. Like in my particular case, if you look at my social media, I've gone from home to home before. And these are the ways in which being a targeted individual impacts your life. Financial abuse is such a big and underestimated part of that. Now, excuse you, but
sorry.
Yeah, but there's also something else that I want to touch on with regards to psychiatry, because that has had a very prominent role in denying you your justice.
Yeah.
So if you can kind of give me an outline as to what, when Dorset NHS psychiatry got involved and how big the role is of Dorset NHS psychiatry in your gang stalking. Like what kind of things have they been doing? I think you already touched on that. And also when they first started getting involved and who involved them.
They first started getting involved in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
My parents set me up with the whole establishment down in Dorset.
Right.
They all went along and ganged up on me and sectioned me for no reason. And I was just panicking on strange things going on, okay? Strange sensations, which I didn't know what it was. There was no information, no one to turn to. And I said, I made it up, okay? And I'm still saying that after there is evidence of it, okay?
So basically,
witnesses.
You went through this in 2005. It was 2015. Was it 2015 when mental health were involved in this?
2005.
So it was 10 years of you being deemed to be mentally ill before you were actually able to ascertain what was going on.
Yeah.
With regards to the microwave burns.
I knew I wasn't mentally ill.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. So why do you think your parents did that?
My dad wanted revenge for me leaving home, marrying a white man, and also having mixed-race children, 4 mixed-race children. So he did that out of revenge, and for me, telling the whole family that he's educated and he's not a very nice person.
Oh my goodness.
That's what it's about.
Wow. Okay.
What he did to me and my mum.
All right. Now, what I'm about to go into, I really appreciate Pauline for talking to me about this. But what we're about to talk to, trigger warning, we are about to discuss sexual assault and trafficking. With regards to both your ex-boyfriend and your ex-husband later, because Pauline has 1 eldest child by one man and 3 eldest children by her ex-husband. The question that I have to ask you is very difficult, but were all your children conceived the same way? And if so, how?
They were conceived by rape, all of them.
Okay. So
I was only a young lady. First one, I was only 19 when I had my eldest. And the man was my ex-boyfriend, the first one, my eldest son's dad, is 16 years older than me.
Okay. Now, what I'm about to ask of Pauline is actually something that's been done to other women who have been gang stalked, okay? So when you're ready, could you tell me about the conception of your 3 other children, how they took place?
They were via rape. When my ex-husband used the technology to put me in a very deep sleep to rape me every time to make me pregnant, okay? So he tried to make me into a baby machine. Okay?
Okay.
Didn't want me as a wife, didn't want me as a mother of children. He made me a slave, sex slave.
Right. Again, this is something that has been done to other women before through the targeting program. So if he was able to conceive 3 children with you this way, then it stands to reason that it's very likely that he's done it more than 3 times.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a fair assessment?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
I conceived 3 times and gave birth 4 times in total.
Yeah, you gave birth 4 times. So was the first partner that you have with your eldest child who unfortunately violated you, was he a part of the gang stalking, or was this before the gang stalking?
This was before.
Okay, so
he pinned me to the sofa and raped me where it was next to a radiator where it was on, okay? And I was, and he knew when my periods were coming.
Yeah.
And this was just before my period. And he made sure I was going to have a baby with him. Like 18 going on for 19. Much too young, okay? I wanted my career.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I still do.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what I'm about to ask Pauline, that's not even the worst part of this. What I'm about to ask her is incredibly upsetting. Once again, trigger warning. We're about to talk about sexual assault. So, from what I've heard, your ex-husband had you involved in a mass violation situation.
Yes.
Yeah, how would you describe it?
It's gang rape on children and me. His own 3 children and me. My youngest was only a baby.
So they don't remember anything?
They had bleeding anuses after that happened, okay? And my daughter had very sore knickers afterwards.
Oh.
And my second youngest son, he kept on soiling his pants and kept on going for number 2s, okay, in the toilet all the time, okay. They say damaged him inside, I think, internally. And they had bleeding anuses for over a decade. And the GP covered it up by saying it was infection. I said to them, no infection lasts that long.
There's no way.
No infection lasts that long.
All right. So how are your relationship with your children now?
3 of them are non-existent, my 3 older ones, and then non-existent. My youngest talks to me, but very strained.
So because
all this has happened.
You've told me that he half believes you and half doesn't.
Yeah, half believes me, half doesn't.
He doesn't know what to believe.
Doesn't know what to believe because he's been turned against me, okay, by my parents, poisoned.
Oh.
And he doesn't know whether they're telling the truth or I am.
Is there... I don't know what's going on downstairs. Is there a possibility that your other children have been poisoned by your parents also?
Yeah. And social services and foster parents and the courts.
Did you...
And the whole establishment.
When did your children...
and psychiatry as well.
When were your children forcibly... I'm so sorry. Trying to get my words together. When were the children denied access to you, or when were you denied access to your children?
2018.
So that must have been very painful for you.
Yeah, and my daughter hasn't spoken to me since 2009.
Oh, well, what I was referring to was when social services took away your little
2009,
ones.
that was.
Okay, so when it comes to your ex-husband, you absolutely left him.
On the grounds of him endangering us.
After what he did to the children and to you.
And also,
but there's also
setting us up as targets. That's why I walked out.
So is he a Mason?
He wanted to be one. They promised him to be one. I don't think so. He has special needs.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think they want someone with special needs to be a Freemason. Oh. And also, they fully promised him with millions of pounds if he sacrificed us. And
So the money
he hasn't got a penny.
So the money didn't materialize.
No, he's on benefits.
Oh my God.
Never worked in his life.
So
Had to make me in a baby machine and draw the benefits money.
yeah.
Okay. So for himself, okay, when making me look after the children, bring them up, and not giving me no money.
Your previous ex was the same way, wasn't he?
Yeah, my previous ex. He copied my ex-boyfriend, basically.
Do you think that there's a possibility? I mean, abuse happens all the time.
Yeah.
But has it ever been in the back of your mind that maybe your first partner was a setup as well?
Yeah. I think he was.
Who do you, if that's the case, because what often happens is that quite often when we're made aware of our targeting, we're made aware of our targeting some years after we've actually been blacklisted.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I feel like it probably would be fair to say that your first partner might, emphasis on the might, because nothing's conclusive, might have been, might have been set up as well.
Yeah, he put me in a mortgage fraud and did benefit fraud. By making me live at his address, but draw the benefits at his best friend's address. And his best friend would get housing benefit, okay? And also put me on a mortgage fraud, ownership of a property I had no access to. His best friend had keys to the place and wouldn't give me the keys.
Oh my God.
I was only 18 then.
Okay.
What 18-year-old wants a property to own at the time?
Okay, all right. All right, so you left your husband after endangering you. Let's come back to your ex-husband if that's all right. But there's also something else that you discovered about your ex-husband with regards to his deviancy. What else did you discover?
He's a paedophile. He was watching child porn on the internet and he had the children and me gang raped and he participated in it. And he laughed about it when it was happening. He enjoyed it. He actually enjoyed doing it to his own children and his wife.
Oh my God.
And no one's ever caught him for it. Okay, even though the police should really get hold of his hard drive. Okay, and it will be on there.
Did they? Okay, so he had a mistress, right?
He had a mistress that was next door.
Was the mistress? Did the mistress set this up?
Yeah. Okay. With her son that worked for the secret military.
Fucking hell.
So it was a trio set up, the whole neighbourhood, immediate neighbourhood setting me up, all white community. It was.
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I should be more professional than this, but this is
racism. This is racism.
This is just beyond the pale.
It's all white people doing it to me, okay? They're all very racist. I'm British myself, okay? And I've got just as much rights to live in the UK and work in the UK as...
Flip that forward, my darling. Right here.
So I've got just as much to live and work in the UK as any British citizen, okay? It's my birthright to be in this country. This
is what I was saying before about the far right and trafficking being interlinked. You just heard her. This is the type of thing that people who lead the far right do. So that, like, far right and trafficking, like, there's within a fascist totalitarian government, it's literally about legalizing trafficking. But before they get there are cases like Pauline's. And this is why this is so important to speak out against. And you've heard some of the most awful things happening to her and her children simply because of the color of their skin, and not even just from her ex-husband, from her parents. Can you tell me more about that? Because
my parents don't approve of mixed-race children and me marrying a white man by force.
Right.
He forced me to marry him. I don't want to marry him because he wouldn't keep down a job.
Why? How did he force you to marry him?
He said, either marry me or I'll have our daughter taken away from you.
Yeah.
And eventually I want you all
to sit with that. So he basically blackmailed her into marrying him so that her children wouldn't be taken away from her. And even after he still had them taken away anyway, or rather her parents did.
Yeah, they went along with it. My dad did it out of revenge.
Yeah.
And he got rid of the newspaper I was in.
So what newspaper was this?
Bournemouth Echo and the Sun newspaper.
Can you remember what date?
I think it was February 2005 to March 2005.
Okay.
But someone must have a copy of it somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you have, please forward it on to me.
Please forward it on to Pauline Cheung.
Yeah. My evidence.
For evidence. I'm going to leave her email in the description of this video, so that if you want to provide any information on that article featuring her, what was your name at the time, Pauline?
Pauline Southey or Pauline Cheung.
Right. Okay. So
Cheung is spelled Cheung.
So did you identify as your maiden name or your married name?
I can't remember which name they used. Okay, at the time they said Asian lady.
Of course they did. Okay, so I will leave a link.
And my cousin Diana Cheung was in the newspaper at the same time. My brother witnessed it. Okay, and
why was your cousin in the newspapers?
Because when I landed up in Bournemouth, we saw the paramilitary. Okay, lining up outside the police station. The police was nowhere to be seen. And there was an MI5 agent.
Right.
Okay, pretending to help me. Didn't do nothing.
Oh my
mocking
God.
me. They were all mocking me. It was a big crowd. So I must have witnesses out there somewhere.
Paramilitary as well.
And some over 9,000 media contacts of mine have said that I've seen it too.
Fuck.
And my partner as well. I've seen me in the newspaper.
This is just
not over 9,000 people. Could be wrong.
I mean, for real. But yeah. I want to ask about some of the injuries that you've sustained from electronic weaponry. If you can show
I'll show you my legs. Look.
Right. Let me bring that in.
Burns.
These are radiation burns from the EMF weapons that have been bombarded onto her. She also has an injury on a laser cut on her forehead. They're similar to injuries that I've had on my face. Yeah, they're similar to injuries that I've had on my face as a result of EMF weaponry or directed energy weaponry on the face. Okay, so yeah, so those are injuries. Those are very real, not imaginary, not imagined. We are not.
I get laser cuts quite often.
We're not hallucinating any of this. All of this is real.
I get mutilation and laser cuts quite often.
Yeah, I get them too. And I also get a lot of muscle attacks on mine. So that's just one example of the physical torture that Pauline has gone through in her home. And I've actually stayed with Pauline at one point, and it was so bad. Like, they were burning my skin like you wouldn't believe. So there was a point where they were kind of taking it easy on Pauline. But any guests she had over there, they would just bombard these people with radiation burns. And I was there, and they were blasting it all night, the EMF weapons, blasting the EMF weapons all night. It was really, really bad. I haven't had burning that bad since I lived in Willesden Green. That's how bad it was. So yeah, all of this is real. But it's, when you put it all together, it's almost unthinkable, the level of horror that is involved in something like this. It's just unthinkable. And I'm truly sorry that you've gone through this, but you are such a miracle that you survived and you're living.
I'm sane.
You're sane
and I'm alive.
And you're alive. Yeah, like such a miracle, such a blessing.
No one else would have survived it. Barely unscathed.
Yeah, you're a very strong person. You're a fighter. And yeah, I've had the privilege of knowing her for a few years now, and it's.
I would say I'm a little bit traumatized after that. Who wouldn't be? But
very understandable. Very understandable.
I think I'll come off it barely unscathed.
Well, people have really suffered through less than that. And I know because I'm one of those people. I haven't suffered nearly as much as Pauline has, and I have done less well than she's done. Let's just say that. Okay. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to tell her story. She's such an incredible spirit, such an incredible woman to have survived what she survived and having so much grit and tenacity and just, you're a marvel.
Thank you.
You're a marvel.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Tell me what daily life is like for you now, though.
It's a struggle every day. I'm having to solve problems every day, okay, and taking most of my time up. And my troubles are like solving bank problems or DWP. Like at the moment, they don't want to pay my rent, okay,
right,
to keep the home, okay.
Right.
I'm having to go to the MP to sort it out now, okay.
Right.
It's got to that level, okay. They're messing me about now, okay.
Yeah.
And they and what else? Psychiatry mostly.
Do you get street theatre?
I used to.
Right, you don't get it anymore.
I'm served. That's why. It's probably still happening. I'm not observing.
Oh, okay. There was this.
Doesn't affect me. Don't observe.
There's something that I wanted to touch on. There's this one really bad example of mind control.
I used to be mind controlled heavily.
Yeah. So, like, which years were like the worst for you in terms of mind control technology being used on you?
2009.
Right.
After my children were taken.
So, okay. So basically you were in an extremely traumatized state after your children were left. So that was when they decided to experiment with this weaponry. Okay.
The worst trauma I've ever been through my whole life.
Yeah. So that's when they swooped in. Okay. So, with regards to that, there was one particular incident during Christmas time. I think it was 2021, where you were mind controlled to walk over to a bridge.
No, that was 2018. Sorry.
Oh no, 2018. So you were mind controlled to walk over to a bridge
and tortured.
You were
lured.
You were basically lured there through a combination
automatic body movements.
So automatic body movements. They do have technology for this, by the way. You can look this up. They have technology to move.
Automatic roboticization, it's called.
Yes. So you can look this up online. All of this is true.
Yep.
So you went through that as a result of your neighbor from upstairs.
Yeah. Former neighbor.
He's actually moved out now.
Yeah.
So he walked you over to the bridge, and then what happened?
He pushed me off.
He pushed you off
into the river. Almost killed me.
And then what did mental health do after that? What did psychiatry do after that?
They sectioned me. And I've been under them since.
So they basically
use it as a tactic. They knew it was wasn't suicide, was attempted murder. And they're trying to pretend to say it's suicide, okay, when it was happening every 4 to 5 years. So it's obvious, okay, it was staged if it's happening every 4 to 5 years. Because real suicides happen randomly.
Right.
So that they know suicides happen randomly, and as soon as I land up in a mental hospital, everything's fine. So the second I land in the mental hospital, it's all calm. Everything's calm.
Right.
And there's nothing I'm complaining about, okay? And apart from psychiatry, okay?
Now,
so that proves, okay, it was staged.
If you are a targeted individual, you may notice that every 4 to 5 years, there is a particular inciting incident that you are subjected to, which is supposed to force you into sectioning. My inciting incident was when somebody tried to break in my door. That happened recently. Okay.
Yeah.
What that was supposed to do was supposed to frighten me enough to get me sectioned. Like Pauline said, it was supposed to induce panic to get me sectioned.
Yeah.
That happens to TIs every 4 to 5 years. So she's not the only one. I've gone through this too, right? A lesser version of it. But remember, everything that gang stalkers go through is on a timeline. And when you start to figure that out, that's when you start to realize a lot of what's happening to you as a targeted individual is not random. Because
this is my 4th year, by the way. I'm due in.
Right.
Either this year or next year.
It's my 5th year. It's my 5th year since I moved to Brighton. And it's going to be my 4th year, like in November, since my perps moved in. Do you understand what I'm saying? every 4 to 5 years, there's always an inciting incident that's supposed to have you sectioned in order to cover up the multitude of crimes
I'm
that have been
going to
committed
section
against
me
you.
at Christmas again.
Yeah.
To ruin my Christmas and New Year and January sales.
With me, it's usually
21, 22. They did that to me.
With me, it's usually somewhere in November to next year, February or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's for me,
Around
it's
that
usually
time.
it's usually
Around
the
that time
coldest.
for me too.
Yeah, it's usually the coldest months of the year for myself and Pauline, in which they do this stuff. And I remember they also do it after really, really bad incidents. Like with me, after my mum died, and I was supposed to go home on the 24th. They deliberately attacked my hips, which is the center of gravity, so that I couldn't walk and I couldn't get back to Brighton. So they do things like that. And, you know, especially during the winter months, any attack on your muscles or your bones with the directed energy weaponry can be extremely painful during cold weather. And you want to see the glee on some of these perps' faces when you go through that. It's disgusting.
Yep.
It really is disgusting. But yes, it's every 4 to 5 years that we go through inciting incidents that are meant to section us. And then on top of that, in our particular case, it's during winter months. Everybody has their times of the year where they're less buoyant, where they appear to have like less healthy coping mechanisms. Everybody has their time of year, and our time of year, my time of year, is when the sun's the lowest. Right. And I assume
Same
that's
with me.
with you. Yeah. We're women of color. I'm black. She's brown. So our rota has us going through the most during the winter months, during the coldest months of the year. So that's where our worst targeting usually is. And it's like clockwork.
I believe they are all very racist.
Yeah. Racism is
big
at the center of this.
Yep.
It's at the center of this. You can't be eugenics without racism. There's just no way.
No.
And that's what gangstalking essentially is. It's eugenics. It's not just eugenics that attacks one person. It's eugenics that attack entire bloodlines. And especially when you are people like Pauline and myself who come from asset wealthy families. So it's about annexing resources from black and brown people after all the work that immigrants have done in this country to build this country. Now they've enlisted gangstalking to break down communities from the inside and annex the resources that many of our ancestors have worked to build and have, to put it back in white hands, right? So that's what's happened with me. That's what's happened with Pauline. And how it usually works is that usually the vulnerable members of the family, or the most rebellious members of the family, or the members of the family who fit in the least, they usually become the first targets or the most noticeable ones. And those who fit in more tend to be the ones who get involved in the gang stalking. But like gang stalking against your own family, come on, that's killing your own family from the inside. It's the truth. And they all do it under the promise of being given more power. And in Pauline's case, it rarely ever works like that. Didn't work for her ex-husband. I don't think it even worked for your dad, did it?
No.
Didn't work.
They're trying to all destroy me.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
But tell me about your dad, because was your dad promised the same things that your ex-husband was promised when it came to...
May have been, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so yeah, okay, so you're not entirely sure. Talk to me about what your father was actually like.
He's uneducated. Mm-hmm. He is a not very nice person. Mm-hmm. He's resorts to violence, okay, if he can't get his own way. Mm-hmm. And he's very aggressive and very short-tempered, and he cannot handle the truth being told him, and doesn't like anyone else having opinions. Mm-hmm. That's him all over.
Sounds like a typical abuser.
And he's doing it to my mum still. Oh. And she's been married to him over 60 years. She said nothing, done nothing, and Nothing about that. She won't even stand up to him. I stood up to him, and that's why he bloody hates me.
So you didn't just stand up to your father, though. You stood up to your own abusers too.
Yeah. I walked out on all my exes because they were behaving not up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you believe that your father is ultimately responsible for everything that's happened in your life with the gang stalking?
Because he endangered me from an early age by abusing me and being violent. Okay. And he endangered me from an early age, so I believe I would have become more and more danger as I grew up, okay? And I was bullied at school too, okay? And I was bullied at home. So I had no escape. My education affected at school. I did better later on in life. Now I've got a foundation degree in marketing, digital marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, and also master herbalism.
All right.
Yeah, and other certificates in other areas.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm mostly trained in the media. As well as catering. That's why I wrote this cookbook. And this cookbook is for the cost of living crisis, by the way.
Yeah.
To help everyone that is struggling to feed themselves and their families. And it's popular Asian cuisine, Asian fusion cuisine, unique.
All right.
No one has written in the world apart from me. Right. So my publisher has researched, and so have I.
This is the type of people that we have as targeted individuals.
Talented people. All real targeted individuals are talented people.
We've got talent, we've got character, we've got resilience. This is it right here.
I'm very resilient, I've been told. That's how I survived it such a long time.
I told her that.
And if this is happening to you, you concentrate on your talents. You concentrate on positive things, okay? You can control, not on the negative, because that will drive you crazy. That's how I haven't been driven crazy, because I focus on the positive, normal stuff.
Yeah, you see, I haven't been as resilient as Pauline, as you've all seen on my social media. But over the years, the more that I've been tortured and the more I understand how gang stalking works, is the more resilient I've become and the more I've taken a leaf out of her book, honestly. She's actually inspired me to do a lot of different things with my time. You know, Empress Justice Tarot, Empress Justice Astrology, Marsha the Great, Marsha the Too Great. She has inspired me to really work on myself and work on what I enjoy doing, what my passion is. And I feel like in order to survive something, you have to have a passion. It doesn't have to be something that automatically makes you feel euphoric all the time, but it can be something that's sustainable. And, you know, when you're obsessed and fixated with something, this is the thing. When you're obsessed, you're not necessarily happy, like I said before, but you give yourself a focus that targeting cannot take away from you, that even gang stalkers cannot take away from you, because the gang stalkers, I hate to use J.K. Rowling because fuck her, but like gang stalking is like the Dementors, right? They suck every piece of joy out of you. That's what gang stalkers are. That's what perps are. They suck every little bit of joy out of you. But if you have a fixation, if you have an obsession, if you have something that you're passionate about, it doesn't necessarily make you happy all the time. But when you think of it, you get up and do it. It's not so miserable that you don't feel good about it, but it's not so joyful that the gang stalkers can suck it out of you. Do you understand what I mean? It's important to have something that you're passionate about and fixated into the point where it empowers and fires you up. And that is one of the things that gets you through this trauma. And that's exactly what she is doing. Even when you were sectioned, you were cooking, right?
I was doing washing cookbooks in hospital. And they're saying I couldn't do it. I showed it to them in front of them. I was doing it in the lounge, okay, on my computer. They could see I could do it. And then afterwards, the psychologist said, you can't do journalism. You can't do anything for yourself. And they all saw me do it. By trade, I'm also a journalist.
Saying. Yep. Exactly.
I'm a bit of a TV presenter. I've got cookery videos I do too.
Yes.
Called Pauline's Cuisines on YouTube, TikTok.
You catch her on YouTube
and Instagram,
right?
And sometimes on Facebook too.
I'm gonna link her YouTube on my YouTube.
Yeah,
so you guys can watch her cooking.
Mm.
Yeah, she film. You film all the time, don't you?
I try to do it once a week at least, okay? If not more, okay? Depends on my cameraman, which is my partner, if he's got time and if I've got time, okay? It depends on how much time we've got every week, availability. So we lead quite busy lives all the time, okay? So and that's how I'm getting through it, by just keeping busy all the time.
I mean, when you talk about keeping busy, what type of stuff do you do now?
Writing books. Doing cookery videos, Substack blogs and newsletters.
You also go
doing artwork.
You also go painting. You also go to church, don't you?
I go to church as well. I've got my church family. I go to cafes. I socialise with people.
Now I'm not.
I go out by myself all the time.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Okay, so my apologies. Okay, so what I wanted to touch on was spirituality, because I'm not Christian, but she is, right? And what both of us have learned is that connecting with spirituality is also a very important ingredient in being able to manage your trauma. How important has your faith been for you as a Christian?
That's what's got me through it all, I think.
Yeah.
Although a long time ago, when the worst was happening, I lost my faith, okay? And after a while, okay, I realised, how come I'm still sane and how come I'm still alive? Then that's when it clicked, okay, a few years ago. Is that it must be the Lord Jesus that's carried me through it.
You see, okay? I'm not Christian, but I grew up in a Christian family. And there have been useful things that I've taken from Christianity into my life. Even though I'm not Christian, one of the things that I've taken from Christianity is it was put in such a beautiful way on TikTok. One of the things that I learned was, instead of worrying about a problem, you pray on it, because worrying is like worshipping the problem.
Yep.
And when I heard that, I was like, whoa, okay, catch it.
You're giving rent to an enemy in your brain.
This is it. Rent to your enemy in your brain, like letting your enemy live in your head rent free. That's what worry does.
I've come to the point now in my targeting where I don't let any of the targeting, anything they do to me, okay, have an impact on me. Doesn't affect me.
Right.
I've been through it all, okay, apart from deaths in my family.
Yeah.
And I survived a whole lot, zillions of times, okay. So what they do, okay, is pathetic. They keep on using the same old tactics, okay. And it doesn't unnerve me. The only new tactic is that DWP is messing me around by not wanting to pay my rent. So the MP is involved now, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
But so other than that, your faith
is what faith is getting me. My faith is carrying me through it all.
Like
I read the Bible every day.
I stress to everybody, I don't care what religion you are. Again, I am not Christian. She's Christian. Okay?
I pray every day too.
She prays, I do my spiritual work, right? I've said it from the beginning. I don't care what religion you are. You put that first. You put your God or your spirit or your deity first.
I think he's the only answer to all this. No man can sort it out. It's too humongous. It's well out of control. And none of us can get court dates apart from Mariana Matado, which is who was in America. Recently.
Yes.
She's the only one that can get a court date. No one else can get a court date, and she's got all the evidence under the sun. Even she can't get justice. What's the answer to any of us?
Right.
Apart from Lord Jesus, I can't think of any other answer apart from spiritual God.
Yeah. It's important to have a spiritual life especially when you're going through something like this. Again, we are from two different religious schools of thought, but we both believe that
respect each other. We do.
Yeah. We both believe that faith is absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crucial. Yeah. Like without faith, you don't thrive. You don't thrive. And it's so important.
It's the only way you can survive this kind of thing. Right. Like being driven crazy or killed.
Right.
Even though the enemy's still trying to kill you in the background.
I mean, we're targeted individuals, so it's a slow pathological thing, but yeah, faith is so crucial. It is so crucial.
I also take herbal medicines and do holistic health approaches.
Nutrition, yeah.
That's because psychiatry are using the drugs to try and kill me, okay? And I'm trying to combat it by doing holistic stuff and also herbal medicines. And also exercise, and also I'm a diabetic through the psychiatric drugs, which I will not be held accountable for because they know that's attempted murder.
I was going to touch on that, actually, the fact that you're diabetic not because of your own natural blood sugar, but because of the psychiatric drugs.
Yeah.
They've actually made you sick. So that's...
And now it's come to the point where recently I had a diabetic nurse appointment and she said my blood sugars are extreme high and extreme low through the psychiatric drugs.
Oh my God.
And she hasn't made another appointment with me.
Wow.
She won't get me off those drugs either because she won't go against the psychiatrist.
Okay.
No GP will go against the psychiatrist in case they all get locked up, I think.
Mental health.
They're scared of getting locked up. That's why they won't stand up to them.
This is the scariest part of all this. Mental health actually have more power than the police do.
Yeah.
Like entities like mental health and psychiatry, they have more power than the police technically, because there are things that can be done to somebody who is just suspected of being paranoid schizophrenic that you can't do to an actual criminal. My former companion, Daryl Brown, talked about this to me. And at first I was like, that can't be right. But then I actually looked up laws around sectioning in comparison to people who are genuinely sick or people believed to be sick versus criminals. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I think criminals actually have more choice in their sectioning or medication than somebody who's just believed to be ill.
I've been treated like a criminal. I've been under psychiatry without committing a crime the longest in the whole world, I think.
Yeah.
20 and a half years.
Even for somebody who is believed to attempted suicide, 20 fucking years with like only 2 medical... That's crazy.
No medicine reviews. And no support. No help. No actual
You're supposed to have at least talking therapy. They haven't even given you that.
Got that.
Crazy. But
in other words, saying no, I'm not mentally ill.
Right. But we want to end this on a positive note. So before we go, what are your hopes for the future?
That this all stops.
Amen. Also, if it did stop, how would you want your life to be?
Luxurious.
And we're going to end up...
Yeah. I'm very rich.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I suffered such a long time.
Affluence.
Okay. I have suffered such a long time. I have suffered a long time to deserve it. That's why.
I think
I want my life to be much easier. I'm fruitful and rich.
It's what we deserve.
Enriched.
It's what we deserve. Yeah. And you especially deserve that.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'll be healthy as well. So
yes, absolutely. So
and also through the targeting, okay, it's disabled my hands up.
So in case you didn't catch that,
look my hands.
The gangstalking has actually disabled her hands as well.
Torture.
Yeah, due to torture as well.
And that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what we want, and that's what we deserve: an easier life, a life of peace, without being subjected to this kind of cruelty.
Yeah.
It's what we fucking deserve. Okay. So I want to thank my beautiful friend, Pauline Cheung, for her time. And once again, her book, Orient Express, Fast and Flavorful Recipes from the East, is available on Amazon and through her website. I'm going to leave a link in the description on YouTube. But for now, I want to thank you all for joining us for this interview. I have been Marsha the Great. This has been Pauline the Magnificent. And I will see you in the next video. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye. Bye.
Okay.